Yo,
Yo, Viper.
what's going on?
What's happening, brother?
Chilling, what's popping off, family?
Nothing, man. I just want to welcome you to the Gito podcast. You're a legend, bro, like on the internet, the Houston scene, just from like the movies you made, Civil War and all that stuff. I'm a big fan, brother. First of all, I want to say I'm a huge fan. And
Appreciate that, family, for real.
I've been studying you for over a year or so, so I just want to say congratulations to all your success.
Appreciate that.
And may you have more in 2022 as well.
Man, I appreciate that. That's a blessing right there.
First off, man, I just, go ahead. I mean, just, if you would, for people who aren't familiar with Viper the Rapper, could you just describe your music, describe where you came from, and just give us a little background information?
Well, I started out in the church. That's where it really started. I started out as a pianist. I really don't consider myself a rapper. I really consider myself a pianist and a musician. The rap is kind of just the cosmetic part. It's the part that's commercial. But the inner part of me, the soul of me is a pianist and an organist. I grew up playing the organ in the church. But you can't jump into the rap game playing a piano. You know what I'm saying? You got to actually rap. So I needed a platform to express myself, and the only platform I had at the time was R&B and rap. So I said, well, look here, let me just go and jump in the rap game, establish myself as a rapper, so I have a audience. Then convert my audience to what I really am, which is a pianist. And if you notice, if you go to my Bandcamp and you start to check out some of my most recent music, it's a lot more slow paced. It's a lot more melodic, a lot more heartfelt, deep music, which is the soul of what I am. And basically, the reason why that is because the purpose of a pianist is to change not only his world but the world around him. And so I wanted to be able to, as of late, I want to be able to show people what I really am, which is a pianist, and actually play music that really touches the soul. And so if you listen, like I say, you listen to my most recent music, it's really deep. So, and that's what I'm going to continue to make, especially now with the way the world is going. It's already enough bad stuff out there, so I want to be able to contribute positive stuff. And so you probably won't be getting a lot of up-tempo club bangers from me anymore for the majority of the rest of my career. You're gonna get a lot of jazz, slow R&B kind of rap that really kind of you can just cruise to, smoke weed to, lay back, and with a female. And just really just relax. It's more of a way to take away stress. I'm very fortunate right now, and I want to be able to spread that fortune in any way I can. And the only way I know, the best way I know, is through the piano. So I just recently bought a Korg piano. Their most best one, and I've been getting to know it, making sure I know it real well before I put some stuff out. But in the near future, the stuff I'm going to put out is going to be Mozart, Bach, Beethoven type stuff. Deep stuff, man. I'm talking about stuff that you wouldn't expect from a rap artist, not even a rap producer. I'm talking about stuff that is just so far left. It'll probably put me in the scope of more jazz musician as opposed to rap producer, and that's what I'm looking towards. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to to giving that type of quality of music to people.
That's awesome, Viper. I think I've listened to some of your interviews. I've heard you talk about your influences from Screwed Up Play on to, like you said, growing up in the church, and even R&B and jazz being a lot of your roots. So hats off to you to expanding your craft, getting another type of keyboard. I've heard you talk about the Roland, the Chord, and the Yamaha, and I believe they influence the Viper sound a lot.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, that's great, brother. Well, just also looking at some of your favorite songs. I'm just gonna go through a couple of my favorite hits. Calling My Parents' House, Shoestrings, You Will Never Ever Stop Me from Snowbird, Why Boys Want Me Killed, Hit VIP Tonight, Look at Me Freestyle, Death Time, Mall Till I Die or Mall to Die, Still, Better Than, I Got to Fall, Grind or Die, Okay, Papered Up, Winning, what else we got? Choppers, like Dick Rider, If people don't know Viper, they might know him from as his former name, Big Ride.
Yeah.
We got Spaghetti, okay, Viper and the 38 Chambers, They Goes on Super Wave, Viper the Rapper, City Pop. What else we got here? Falling Through Clean, All This Money, My Car Run On Coke, Deep in the Hustle, Deep in the Shine, More Than the Hustle, More Than the Grind, okay?
Yes.
And we also have, the list goes on and on and on. And as I've come to understand, there was a point in time when you released over 1,000 albums in a year. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's amazing. Can you go through, what was your process and what was your mentality setting up and coming up with the goal to say, okay, I'm going to release this body of work in this amount of time? Can you walk the people through Viper's mindset during this time frame? When was this exactly?
When that happened, what I was really trying to do was, it was really meant to be a satire, almost a metaphor, in that, so many rap artists nowadays, they just get big fame and fortune off of one or two songs. And so what I wanted to do was make so many albums, so many songs, to whereas it would almost be a satire to that. Almost as if it would be, almost like it's hard to explain, but almost like the left side of the pendulum, where I would almost, make a metaphor, simile out the whole thing, and that was the whole point of it, was that I wanted people to see that it doesn't matter how many songs you make, it doesn't matter how much you do in the rap game, it's still gonna be political. That's the bottom line. You're gonna have major labels that sign certain types of people, and you're gonna have people like me, which is on the left, that will never get signed because we just don't fit that status quo. And what I want to do was, emphasize that times 1,000. And so that was the whole point of that. And so now people are listening to dozens of my albums, hundreds of them from way back then. And it's just amazing to me. But at the same time, I want to put out just a massive amount of a massive library, so that I could touch a lot of people, because, I didn't have a platform, I didn't have a major label, I didn't have, millions of dollars promotion, it was just me, a poor guy with nothing. So the only platform I had was music, was to make as much music as possible. And so that's what I did. So it was almost like a simile, like a metaphor, not really making fun of the industry, but just a way to show that, hey, you want to be in this rap game, it's going to take a lot of work. Unless you wanted a status quo, and you don't even have to do a lot of work. You can just basically skate through. So that was my whole point of that. And now if you notice, and I'm not gonna lie, those were good music. It was good music, but it was fast music. The point of it was to get as much done as quickly as possible. So, it took me a long time. There was weeks. It was days at a time I didn't sleep. It was times where, I wanted to stop, but I couldn't. Something inside of me said I couldn't. And the other thing about it was about money. I knew the more music I put online, at some point, I'll start getting royalties from it. And this is 10, 15 years later, I'm just now starting to see the amount of royalties coming through that should have been coming through. And it's just now coming through. So it's a blessing, and the whole point again was just to let inspiring artists know that it's not about the industry, it's not about the platform, it's about the individual. You could make a song that's so cold that only your family can hear, and it can be the best song ever made. While somebody signed with a major label can make a song that the entire planet hears, and it's nowhere near your song. Because as a pianist, we learned that music comes from the inside out, not from the outside in.
Viper, if you didn't become a musician, what would you be doing right now?
Honestly, if I wasn't doing rap, I'd be doing straight real estate. I'd be in the what we call the procurement game. That's where you basically purchase stuff from government agencies at high volume and make a profit. If I wasn't in the rap game, I would probably be just trying to make a massive amount of money with my other companies. But at this point, I looked up in the game.
As far as, I believe you're speaking on Free Movers, correct?
I'm sorry, say that again, family.
Free Movers Incorporated, you own that business venture, correct?
That is correct. I own Free Movers. I also got a company called IEW, International IPW, International Products Wholesale, which we're gonna start soon as Free Movers jumps off. Basically, what it is, we provide products to government agencies, private agencies across the planet. Free Movers is a real estate company. We provide a free or discounted moving service for people who use our real estate transaction. And then the ISW is the same thing, International Services Wholesale, where we provide services on a wholesale basis.
That's great, brother. Also, I heard you speak on your family growing up. I believe you said both of your parents were in education, correct?
Yes, my mom was a high school principal. My pops, he was a preacher, but he also was a substitute teacher. And so they both, stressed education, man. That was the most important thing. And so that's why I recently got my master's degree, and I'm working on my business doctorate now.
Congratulations, brother.
Appreciate that.
As far as
Oh, and that came from Aspen University, by the way. I know a lot of people have been asking me where I got my master's from. Aspen University, online out of Colorado.
Okay, where the snow's at?
Yeah, master's in business administration.
That's great. Okay. Did you go online?
Yeah, that was an online degree. Yeah.
Easy. Now, as far as I've heard you say on one of your songs, you can check the SAT scores, insinuate that you have a very high IQ, I presume.
Yes.
How did you do on the SATs? How were you in school, Viper?
Well, I was basically more into art. I was into science and math. I wasn't really into reading. So on my SAT, I made a 710 on the math part, which was out of 800. That was the top 96% of the nation. But on the reading, I made like a 550. So that was the top 80%. But you combine it together, it was really my math that put me up there.
Okay.
That was on a 1600 scale. They've changed it now. I think it's 2000 scale now.
I believe so. I believe you're right, Viper. What do you feel is what are your top 3 songs that you were just these are the songs that I'm really proud of. These are the ones that, whenever you think about it, might bring a teary eye, or just what are the top 3 that everybody who doesn't know about Viper needs to hear?
Definitely Calling My Parents' House. That one is, I made the beat on that one. That's off, that's either, I can't remember if that's off the off the Death from in Front album, or if that's off the Top Mall album. But that was a good one. That was a deep one. And I got another one called I'm Finally Trying to Find Fame. That's another one because the beat was really melodic.
And also, I like one day you'll see her. One day you'll see. You know which one I'm talking about, Mike?
Yeah. One day you'll see me. That was that one was. I think that was off the Hustlin' Time Clock Hustler album. Yeah, maybe one day you'll see me. That was actually a song I was writing to people who have a loved one and they end up something happened to them, or it's really universal. It could be an ex, it could be a family member that passed. It was really just made to be a song that just is a universal for anybody that leaves a person's life. We got to keep in mind that this all is temporary, and so if you don't catch them down here, you're gonna catch them up there. That was the purpose of that, and I think that's a deep one too. I like that one too.
You got some very heartfelt lyrics, and a lot of your songs, a lot of your other stuff may be more graphic and maybe more explicit to say you're more casual listeners, but you do have some deep cuts like we talked about. But is there anybody in the rap game that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Oh man, I can just go on and on. I mean, you name somebody. I mean, I really would work with anybody. It's crazy that I haven't been approached.
Well, if it was up to you, and let's say you had a major label and they threw you in advance and they said, go get your producers, who would be the top 5 producers on the next David Viper album?
I mean, anybody you can think of that make beats. Kanye, Dre. Who else makes beats out there? It used to be a cat from the Ultramagnetic MCs that used to make beats. That was way back in the cut. Soulja Boy. I mean, the list can go on. Anybody that you know that make their own beats, I'd love to get with them, bro. Real talk.
I feel that. And coming from somebody who did music at one point, it is very important to have you cultivate your own sound. And I think that's something that commends you for, that you have cultivated your own sound through your beat engineering, your beat making, and just your overall involvement with the music process. Now, I have more questions for you too, but as far as I've heard you talk about Screw, I've heard you talk about SUC, the Body Boys, and being perpendicular, being aligned with them, so to speak, when they were coming up. But I haven't heard you discuss Pimp C. What are your thoughts on Pimp C, Viper?
Oh, he's a legend, man. Absolute legend.
Did you know Pimp C? Have you ever met him?
I actually got a chance to go to one of their performances, but I never had the opportunity to meet him, unfortunately. But I would have loved to. What's crazy is that Houston technically is a large town, but then again, it's a small town. Like, it's a circle of people that know each other in the rap game. But it's kind of like it's record label based. You feel me? So Rec Shop hangs with Rec Shop. Swisher House hangs with Swisher House. I'm kind of in the South Park clique, but I wasn't in the Screwed Up clique. I was with the Walshness clique. We was out of Hiram Clark, which is basically, it's a part of South Park, Hiram Clark, but it's on the west side of South Park. And it's kind of like, it's hard to explain, but kind of everybody, sit in a circle. And, and it culminated just from the whole gang thing, because in Houston, everybody on the north side Crips, everybody on the south side mostly Bloods. So it just kind of stayed that way even as it transformed into the rap game. So unfortunately, it's a lot of artists in Houston I would like to rap with, but it's just kind of everybody clicking their own circle. So they generally stick with their label. You know what I'm saying? I can name 12, 30 artists here that I've met and kicked it with, but that's kind of like as far as it went, you know. And you know, we don't press anybody for nothing. So, you know, when it's time, you know.
As far as COVID 2020, how did that affect Viper's creative process? How did that affect Viper going through what the world had to go through on 2020?
You know, the corona thing hit us hard in Houston too, and it's still hitting us hard. Financially, it really didn't do much to me, but you know, I sympathize with a lot of people because it's really hurt a lot of people, and I'm really hoping that we can get through this. But you know, one thing and the only thing it's gonna take is prayer, and if we don't get enough of that, we ain't gonna get through it.
Amen, brother. Who are you inspired by, Viper?
If in terms of just general artists,
just life, and you know, just generally, who do you you know, who did you look up to when you were coming up? Yeah, I guess who you inspired to, and you know, maybe a mentor or something like that, or you know.
You know, I grew up in the 90s, you know, in the 80s. And if you in the 70s, if you get a chance to sit down and listen to 70s music, it's distinctive. Even the 60s music. I mean, every decade of the last century the music is distinctive. You listen to 60s music, you can tell it's 60s music. You listen to 70s music, you can tell it's 70s music. You listen to 80s music, you can tell it's 80s music. 90s music, same thing. It stopped at the millennium. At the millennium, technology got so amazing in music that everything started sounding the same after 2000. So I kind of got engraved into the music theme of the 80s and 90s. And in that music, you have movies that they have a centralized theme. And you hear that same thing, you hear that same music, that same melody throughout the whole movie. That movies aren't like that anymore. Now movies are more commercial. You're gonna hear popular songs throughout the movie. You won't hit that common theme. So what inspires me the most is I like to watch movies that have a common theme to them. You know, I'll sit back and watch the Vids. I'll watch, you know, Willy Wonka. I'll watch, you know, stuff that nobody would really think that I would watch. You know, movies like Racing with the Moon, you know. But the reason why I watch movies and I'm inspired by movies like this is because I'm a pianist. And in those days, that was the 80s and the 90s, and a little bit of the 70s, but most of the 80s and 90s. In those days, every piece of entertainment had a theme. And it's a central theme, a central melody you'll always remember, you won't forget, and they always hit you with it 5 times. So that's why I'm inspired by producers and, you know, people that make movies and people who do creative things, because the nature of the theme has been engraved into me. And if you listen to my music, it's distinctive because you're gonna always hear a theme in every song. You're gonna hear a melody that goes throughout the song. I'm gonna always hit you with it in the chorus. Every chorus you're gonna hear it, and it's gonna be a high-pitched sound that you're gonna hear, and then I'm gonna hit you with it a few times in the chorus too, in the verses too. But that's what inspires me. Music that you can remember. You know, things that you won't forget. You know, a movie like The Fabulous Baker Boys, for example, same thing. You got this one song theme that goes throughout the movie. They'll go away from it for a little bit of the movie, but I guarantee you, they're gonna hit you 5 times with it. And that's what I do in my music. That's how we train as pianists. We give you a melody, we take it away, give it to you again, but minimum, before we finish that song, we're gonna give it to you 5 times. So I sit home and watch movies like that. Movies that older movies. You know, I watch the new movies too, don't get me wrong, but what inspires me is stuff like that. And unfortunately, that's been lost in the millennium. So what I want to be is I want to be one of the people that brings that back. So in the future, when people hear my music, they're gonna notice. You're gonna start always hearing a theme. You're gonna hear a melody it's gonna be a different melody in every song, but you're gonna hear it throughout the song. And I think that's inspiring to people because we need to bring that back. Entertainment has become so commercial, it's become so flat line now that it's just all about the money, what they can get out of it. I want to change that. I want to take it back to the good old days, 70s, 80s, 90s, where it wasn't about what you get out the movie. It was what you can put in and what you can put into people. You know what I'm saying? That was the emphasis.
I would love to hear a film done, that chronicalizes maybe like if you can come up, but the score is done by you yourself, like right?
Oh yeah. And I'll shoot another example with you. The whole Lost Kingdom franchise, the Lost World with the dinosaurs, same thing. So that started in the 80s, and they kept that same theme. See, and even as that movie went through the millennia, they couldn't change that. And if you watch that last Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World, you're gonna hear that same theme that came from the 80s with Jurassic 1. It's in Lost World 3 because that's the essence. Just like Superman, the movie Superman, you're gonna hear that same theme. Dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? You'll never forget it. That's the essence of 70s, 80s, 90s music. That's been lost. Movies don't have that no more. Star Wars, that theme, that central theme, started in the 70s, came through the millennium, but it's there. It's never forgotten. That's what my emphasis in. It ain't about the money. That's over with, especially now where the way the world is going. It's not about money anymore. It's about people. We got a limited amount of time. So you got to touch people the best way you can. The best way I know how is not through my words. It's through my music, through the melody, through the song, through the keys, through the notes. So that's my emphasis. That's what gives me hope. That's what gives me joy.
I love it, Viper. I love that you recognize the power of score in cinematic history and just how the human brain attaches to that and recreates nostalgia and a kind of affinity to these characters are having on screen. And when you hear that song, when you hear that theme, you're brought right back to it, just like you were sitting in the movie theater and you're 8 years old again.
Yes.
Very powerful.
Very powerful.
Next question, Viper. We all know that today's hip hop is aligned with a lot of drug, sex, and violence. Right. How do you feel about the violence in today's hip hop?
Again, a lot of it plays into the commercial aspect of it. A lot of these things that these artists are doing nowadays, it's not necessarily them. A lot of it is pressure from the label. A lot of it is, it's a combination of things, a culmination of things. And so I tend my best not to be judgmental. It's certain things that, I try not to watch. Like, for example, I don't watch too many horror movies, you know what I'm saying? Especially the one people getting cut up, all of that. I'll watch a ghost horror, I'll watch a horror movie every now and then, but I'm more into, dramas, science fiction, those type of things. But at the same time, I'm still, I still watch it every now and then. I watch the horror, and it goes with the music too. I like to listen to music that, the music is quality. I don't really care too much about what I care about what it said, but I don't take it personal and I don't aspire to it because there's so many variables in what a rapper. There's so many variables in the words of what comes out of a rapper's mouth. So you can't really judge a rap song by the words. What you can judge it by is the notes, the music. And so I really like all rap, and I actually like, You know, hardcore rap. I like hard. You know, I like gore. They call it gore rap. You know, all that. I love that. You know, because I don't judge the words. I judge the music. And the music nowadays, I ain't gonna lie, the beats nowadays, they quality, they good. It's even keeping me on my toes. But so you know, man, I can listen to any kind of rap. That's really what I listen to all the time is rap. You know, every now and then I pop a little R&B in. I listen to a lot of African dance music. That's real hot right now. Afro Beats is one of them. Afro Beat video mix. That's real nice. If I get a chance to check that out, that's real relaxing. You know, up tempo music you can listen to in the car, watch the video. You know, but I listen to a lot of rap, man. That's really rap and hip hop. Really is what the majority of I listen to. And when you hear so much of it, you listen to the words. But I'm really more into the delivery. I'm not really into the delivery. I'm into the actual words. You know, you got some artists out there that are talented. You know, people like Lil Wayne. You know, Joe Budden. You know, artists like this that lyrically are talented. You know, we call them a double verse. I mean, a double rhyme or a triple rhyme or a quadruple rhyme where you can have 4 different metaphors in one line. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a verse I said, I had one rap where I said, my money blowing up like the White House steps. Your president's burned off, but mine never left. You feel me? That's a quadruple rhyme because it's about money leaving, it's about presidents going in and out the front door, it's about the staircase, and it's about about the passing of presidents. So that's a quadruple line, and you know where I learned that to be able to do that from? Well, I keyed that in from rappers like Lil Wayne that would put a quadruple rhyme in one verse. Rappers like Joe Budden that would put a quadruple rhyme in one verse. You know, rappers like J. Cole can do it. You know, that's what I really aspire to in the rap game, and that's been lost too. If you notice. You know, artists don't really write no more. You got to write to do stuff like that. Artists now, they don't have time to rap, to write. They just rap, and that's what I want. I would like if any changes was to be made about the game. That's what I would like. I would like artists to get back to the root of rap. You know, which is this came from artists way back in the 70s. You know, rap artists way back in the 70s. That's how rap is supposed to be. That's how it used to be. Where you wouldn't just say anything because you're running out of time. You would literally sit down and make sure your lyrics are articulate. You make sure that they make sense, and you actually try to play with it just like you play with your lyrics as if you're writing a riddle. And you actually have to make people think. And it's more, and it makes it where it's interactive to the listener. So what I want to do in my next wave of music, I want to not only be able to provide quality music, you know, but I also want to be able to go back to those riddles, to make people really think, to engage people, and that's something I think if I can be an example of that, when my time is not quite come. I'm hoping it's coming soon. It may not come this year, it may not come in 5 years, but when it comes, I'm really literally in front of the world, that's going to be my goal. I'm not just going to come out with any kind of crazy music. I'm going to come out with stuff that makes people think. And I feel like that's the main purpose. That's what rap was for. It's how it started. It wasn't entertainment when it first started. It was actually a way to signal words to people, to give people knowledge, to pass knowledge to people, but to certain people, pass knowledge that only can be heard by people who truly have an open heart to listen. And hopefully you can change people's lives with it. And so that's what I'm aspiring to do in the future, man. And I got a bunch of lyrics I wrote thousands of songs I wrote that honestly I haven't even had a chance to tap into, family, because I've been so on the money grind, trying to get my money right in terms of building it up, my companies, I want to be massive in terms of being able to help people. And so in order to be able to really help people, you got to have a lot of money. So I've been grinding to get to that point, the financial point where I can help. And once I get there, it might be a couple years. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. But when it does, that's when I'm going to go back to my sheets of paper where I've written lyrics, where I actually sat down and wrote. And I actually had, this is when I was first, this was in the 90s, in the early millennium, late 90s, early 80s. I still have all these lyrics. It's literally about 1,500 pages. And they all scribbled on, they all, beat up and wrinkled. But that's the essence of me. And at some point, I'm going to bring all that out. I just haven't had a chance to. And what's crazy, I just did a recorded song a couple of days ago, and I pulled one of the pages out, and I was about to sit down and rap right there from the pages, and man, time hit me so fast, I said I had to go on and freestyle it through. That's what's been happening. So I want to get to that point. Money will get me to that point where I'll be stable enough to sit down and really and record these. So I'm looking forward to that. That's something I'm really looking forward to. But again, that's secondary to the music. So I'm not going to really dip into that until I got the music 100% down with the new keyboard I got. Then I'm going to bless people with the music first. Then once I start blessing them, hitting them with the music, then I'm going to come with the lyrics on with it.
Now, yeah, I heard you say, my time yet ain't come, but when I do, I promise I'm going to be done. Okay, big notes in my face, big notes in my hand got me feeling like a top man. I've heard you reference a top man before several times in your rhyme. What is it exactly to be a top man in Viper's eyes?
A top man in my eyes is somebody that's got that 15 minutes. It's literally 15 minutes of fame. It's literally when everybody knows you, the entire world. It's when your name is a household name. Somebody can say your name, and everybody knows it. I'm far from there now, but who knows? Maybe in a few years I'll be there, and I'm not pressing it, because when the time comes, a person has to be ready. I'm talking about 100% ready. We're talking about 15 minutes of fame. We're talking about massive videos where millions of people see it, So what I'm doing now, I'm getting everything right. I'm getting my mind right. I'm getting my body right. I'm getting my spirit right. I'm getting everything right. So when that fix on, it's fast. It's like a blink of an eye. When it comes, I'm gonna hit it so hard, it's gonna etch a screen in history. And I'll just kind of be like a shooting star. The boom, just like that.
As far as I don't think the people really understand, but you drop video after video after video after video after video on YouTube. Like my feed sometimes is 10, 15 videos of Viper uploads just within the last, maybe say 12 hours.
Yeah, what I'm doing now, I don't know if everybody knew, but I actually have two YouTube channels. I got Viper VEVO, but that's co-owned with a white gentleman he's out of London. And he's a cool cat. He's like my little brother, man. I love him. He's been real helpful to my career. But he co-owns that YouTube. So I'm trying, but the one that I own 100% is Free Movers Incorporated. And I literally have in my hard drive 2,000 videos. So what I'm finna do, I'm finna upload all these videos. The reason why I'm uploading all these videos is because I need to get them cleared out. That's something I gotta knock out, get it done. Because the more videos I have out there, I notice the more people listen to my music, the higher my royalty checks are. So what I'm finna do is just put all these videos out, all of them. I don't care what the quality, anything. I don't care about any of that. I'm gonna put them all out. Then I gotta go through my Google Gmail. I got like another 600 in there. I'm gonna put all of those out. And my boy my kid bro on VEVO, he takes whatever videos he likes that he think will be good for the Viper VEVO, and he pops them over to from Free Moves, and he pops them on the VEVO side. So I'm giving him opportunity too to pull from that also without me having to shoot it straight to him on the Google Drive. So once that's all done, it's probably gonna take me about 2 months. But if you watch Free Movers Inc., you're gonna see literally 2,000 or more videos hit within the next 2 months. Then after that, I'm gonna stop uploading videos, and I'm only gonna be doing brand new videos. And we're talking about videos that are high quality, massive videos. I'm talking about with the red camera, the all out videos. So that's why it's important. These new beats I'm gonna be making, I'm gonna make sure that they just killer, because those new videos. Yeah, those new videos I'm gonna do, they are gonna be hitting my Free Movers channel. The videos that I make for Viper VEVO, they gonna be hot too, but they gonna be on a different platform. So what I'm doing now is the same thing I did before, just getting everything out there. It's like I said, it's really about simple, dollars, money signs. I'm getting it all cleared out. So I gotta be careful now, because I uploaded one the other day and I got a strike from YouTube. So well, if y'all notice a pause in my uploads, it's because I got hit with a strike from YouTube, and they gonna make me wait a week. But I've noticed they've been real cool about me uploading videos and the quality of my videos. They really haven't been tripping, and they weren't like that before, because my first YouTube channel actually got deleted by YouTube. So the same videos I got on there, they letting me upload now. So I guess they become a lot more lenient, and that's good, because censorship in any platform is un-American.
I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, from the YouTube likes being removed or dislikes being removed to white people not being allowed to say the cracker word, and all types of censorship now just kind of going crazy. But to bring it back to your videos, Viper, one of the things that caught my eye originally was when you had, I guess it was like a green screen of you, doing your thing, having a ball in front of the camera and jamming out some music, and you ask fans, I guess, to create their own Viper video, which I thought was ingenious. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Fan made submission. Can you talk a little bit about how you came up with that idea?
Yeah, man, it was, I was thinking to myself, well, how can I get, maximize my presence online without having to work so hard. And so the first step was to let the internet know, hey, editors, y'all can use this footage, make whatever videos you want, just give me a copy of it. And that's what happened. That's why I have these 2,000 videos. These are videos that editors made years ago. And so what I'm finna do is put them all out. But it was the process behind that was just exposure, maximizing presence, and now people are starting to see these uploads, it was a good way for me to let myself be known, but at the same time it gave editors the opportunity to put product on their YouTube channels, because we're sharing it. They get to put it on theirs, I get to put it on mine. So really I'm double winning. I'm on two pots at once. So just been fortunate in that aspect, that I've been having designers and editors that have really been working with me, and just really been real helpful to me. And it's just, they say the way you can determine the strength, power of a person is by how many people is working for them. And so, I've got all these people working for me. They're making covers for me. Discord is one of my best platforms for people that help me. And they make covers for me. They make videos for me. They do it all. I'm very fortunate that I have that, I have that, those people that help me, people who see my vision the same way that I do.
Yeah. I think you have a group of loyal fans who want to see you shine, and I think who are willing to help you, and just like you said, just do the work and keep it flat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've worked in substance abuse recovery before. I've worked with at-risk youth and stuff like that. And I heard you mention on your Twitter feed at RapperViper, for everybody listening. I heard you talk about we need to legalize crack, because crack is nothing. What did you say? Hold on, I don't want to misquote you. Crack ain't nothing. It's like time to legalize crack, like eating. Can you go a little bit into that?
Yeah, I will dig into that. Back in the day, cocaine was actually in Coca-Cola. A lot of people don't know that. But instead of using caffeine, they actually use cocaine. And, any drug that's used in excess or abscess or excess is bad. But countries like Amsterdam, countries overseas where cocaine is legal, they're making massive amounts of money on taxes. And as we speak, we have children in my community, African American kids, that are literally not eating, going to bed hungry. Or you have these multi-billionaires who have all of this insane money that could literally, with just a 1% of their income, just 1%, you put them all together, take 1%, they would wipe out hunger in the U.S. for 10 years. And so it's almost as if what's the word I want to use? It's insensitive the way this world is. And so, hey, if the government couldn't make money off weed, why not make it off cocaine? I mean, the bottom line is you're going to have fools with any drug. You're going to have people that take stuff to the extreme with any bug. Cocaine is not man-made. It comes from a God-made plant, just like weed does. And I strongly feel if the government legalized cocaine, just like cocaine in all its forms, including crack, of course you're going to have your fools at first, just like when we legalized free gun carry here in Texas, where everybody can carry a gun. You had your fools at first, but guess what? They got eliminated quick because everybody had got guns. So guess what? You just flatten out the world with cocaine, with the U.S. with cocaine. Just mass it out. Everybody got access to cocaine. You're gonna have your fools, and we're gonna deal with the fools. But after that, it's smooth sailing. And guess what? That some of that money that the government making, they can feed these people. And another thing they could do from this money, they can give us our 40 acres and our mule we owed. Right now, that's over $100,000. That's the minimum that they owe us. And if they don't want to give it out of their budget, then they got cocaine. They letting cocaine come into our neighborhoods anyway. So let's legalize it, and so we can get a piece of the pie. They already getting it. The government already getting money off this cocaine because they locking us up behind it. They putting us in jail. Black people getting put in jail behind cocaine. Ain't nobody else getting put in jail behind it. So if we legalize it, guess what? You ain't gonna have a lot of black people won't be in jail. We won't be starving. We'll have some ability to maintain ourselves. And that's the essence of it. At first when somebody see it, he talking crazy. But that's the whole point of my whole platform. I don't want anybody to think I'm normal. I don't want anybody to think I'm okay. Because I'm not. I'm not satisfied with any of this. And I may have an opportunity to change it. It's going to take a lot of money and a lot of patience. But I'm going to do my best to change it. And if legalizing coke is part of it, hey, so be it.
I think you're 100% right. When look at these other countries across the world, man, various substances legal, they have a medical system right there, whether it be methadone or what have you, to meet drug addicts and healthcare. So it's not, it's, you know, like you said, it is being exploited. They're exploiting the people behind it, but the people aren't seeing the benefits of it. So it's almost like a one-way street. You know what I mean?
At all. It's basically modern day slavery. Cocaine is slavery for blacks. That's all it is. And until they give us a piece of the pie and free us, the way they're going to free us from this slavery, cocaine, is making it legal. That's going to free us from it. Until they do that, they still racist in my eyes.
Oh, yeah, amen. What is the average day like for you, Viper?
The average day for Viper. Man, the average day for me really is waking up late. I don't even lie. Then when I do wake up, I get to work, man. I may work a 12, 13-hour day. And that's why I sleep all day, because I'm working all night. But work on a lot of things. I work on music. I work on my real estate company. I work on my other businesses, deal with my family, It's a lot of things, but, at the end of the day, man, it's a lot of work to be done, so that's basically it, man. I don't have a lot of free time for lollygagging and, partying and all of that. I'm so focused on the grind right now, man, that, I just don't really have a lot of free time, So when I say I wake up late, yes, I'm a night owl, but it ain't from partying. You know what I'm saying? It's from working till my eyes closed by themselves.
Stuck on grind.
Stuck on grind. I can't get off it, man. Can't get off it.
I love it, man. I love to see somebody with a hustle behind them who just don't stop. And it does take a while to poke through and to make a name for yourself. But like you've shown, a little bit of consistency goes a long way.
And another thing, I want to say this is patience. It's crazy because. When some of my family members first found out I was rapping, they found out when I was rapping, like when I was in my mid to late 30s, and they were like, you trying to rap? I mean, people that's rapping now, they in their late teens, early 20s, you too old to rap. I say, well, yeah, it may seem like that right now, but guess what? It was a man in the Bible that didn't inherit his kingdom until he was 55, so really, I'm not expecting anything till I'm 55, 56, 57. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? So the key is patience, man. In anything somebody's doing, patience. Your time will come, but it takes a lot of patience. It seems unfair. It really does, because you see all these people blowing up in the game, and you say, well, why? But because everybody has their time, It may seem weird that somebody else's time is before yours, but that's just the way it is. You can't change it. You can't force it. You can't do nothing. So anybody in the game trying to jump in the game right now, especially somebody that's older, I want to tell you, don't be discouraged by somebody saying you're too old to do something. There's no such thing, There's no, especially in this life, because it's so fast. It's just a blinking of an eye. So anytime you got here, use it to do something positive and be patient. That's what I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's great advice there for anybody coming up. I think look to Viper for that hustle and grind, because the dude is putting work. Like you said, it's not gonna come overnight.
And I want to add this. My time might not come to when I'm 57, but I guarantee when I'm 57, I'm going to look 27. I'm going to make sure my body's so ripped, you know what I mean? It's going to be as if I was 27 anyway, you feel me?
Anybody who's seen your videos, Michael, they know you got a six-pack, they know you got 6 sacks at least, you know what I'm saying? And
all day.
Tell people a little bit about what your health regimen's like, your workout, and how you got the physique you got to stuff like you do.
Man, I just, I try to do at least about 600 sit-ups every other day minimum. But, on days I can't get it, I'll do 1,000. I do my arms with the core bar. And something else that's good, the shaker things, the 5-pound shakers, Those are real good. I do those, calf raises. Not necessarily squats because one of my residences is an apartment and it's on the 3rd floor, so I get my legs from that. But consistency, man, you know what I'm saying? Just don't accept being out of shape. It's not healthy, first of all. And I got high blood pressure. It just comes from my family, so I gotta stay in shape, or I could die. So it's a life or death thing for me. Plus I rap, and so that just come with the game. You gotta be in shape in the game. But consistency, man. Love yourself. A lot of people, they making all this money and they just ain't got content. Don't be content with just money, man. Be content with yourself. The money is just outside of yourself. That's the key. And in terms of eating healthy, man, I pretty much just eat whatever, but I don't eat a lot. You know what I'm saying? I might eat one meal a day. Some days I'll eat early, at lunch, and I won't eat again because, I just don't want to eat too much. You know what I mean? So eat. If you do eat a lot, try to cut down on your portions, And the key is, man, don't let time dictate your workout. See, that's the problem. People get busy and they don't work out because they don't have time. Well, the reason you don't have time is because you're not working out. You'll notice that as you start to work out, your whole world gonna change. You're gonna start having fortunate things come in. It's gonna give you more time to work out more. That was my problem. I had put my focus on everything else but exercising. Then I noticed once I started exercising, everything else started coming in place. That's how it works. It starts from yourself and works outside, not from the outside in. It's from the inside out. So yeah, you might have to take a job that don't pay as much, that's got a little less hours so you can exercise. But trust me, the minute you start exercising, you're going to notice some things going to change. Money going to come out of nowhere. You're going to start seeing some blessings. And it's going to pile on, and that's going to give you more time to work out more. It's like a snowball effect. So make your exercise number one and everything else number two. Not your job number one and your exercise number two. It can't be that way. It ain't going to work. So, and you can, it'll seem like that at first, but then you'll start to see after a while, before you know it, then people gonna lay you off, then you're gonna be in trouble. So start from the body and work your way out.
Yeah, I totally agree, brother. Yeah, you gotta take care of your star player. You gotta take care of your star player.
And another thing I want to say to add to that, you gotta stay healthy now. You gotta exercise because I'm telling you, this corona finna get so bad. If you ain't healthy, health-wise, exercise-wise, it's gonna be getting folk. That's just how it's mutating now to where the vaccine not even working. Now the only thing working is a booster, and they gonna last for long. So you gotta make sure that you healthy. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a second layer of protection on top of the other things. You see what I'm saying? You got strong blood cells in you.
Yeah, man. So, where can the listeners find you, Mike? Where can they find your merchandise? Where can they find your music?
Okay, you can find Viper Rapper music anywhere online. You can actually go to Google, type in RapperViper. It's gonna pull up places: Spotify, iTunes, eMusic. I'm on Bandcamp. In terms of my vinyls, that's been real hot lately. A lot of people been buying the vinyl. You can go on RapperViperBandcamp.com and you can get your vinyl. And everybody been asking me about the vinyls, man. The vinyls are hot. I've got a green one, a red one, a smoke one, and a crack one. And I'm gonna order a new set that's gonna be even colder than that. It's gonna have one vinyl in it. It's gonna be double vinyl, but it's gonna have two different vinyls in it. The left side vinyl, side A and B, gonna have one type of vinyl, and then the right side gonna have a different type of vinyl. So everybody that's ordered, you're gonna get your vinyl, but don't order just one set. try to get the whole collection, because I'm telling you, it's gonna skyrocket in value, especially you pass it down through through your family. At some point I'm leaving here, so it's gonna be even worth even more. So
Right.
also cassettes. We got cassettes there, and it just goes on and on, man. Really, I just to support. If they can get online and just listen to some music. And they can text me at 281-690-9705. Let him know how you feeling. Anything. I had a cat text me a couple days ago, said my latest song that I've got on Bandcamp kept him from committing suicide. Now that really touched me, because I knew it wasn't the lyrics that kept him from committing suicide. It was the pianist. It was the music. And that's why I'm not a rapper. I'm a pianist. I can rap. Don't get me wrong. I'm an intellectual, and I know how to put words together to make people think. But that isn't my forte. That isn't what I aspire to be, what I'm remembered by. I'm aspired to be remembered as a pianist, like Bach, like Mozart, like Brahms. That's how I aspire to be remembered, as a pianist.
I think that when people look back on your career, like it could be 20 years, 30 years down the line, I think people will remember you for being a prolific artist and a musician.
Appreciate that.
And a hustler.
And a hustler.
Here you heard him here on the Gino podcast. You can find him at RapperViper on Twitter. Like I said, like you said, RapperViper VEVO, and then you also have Free Movers Inc.
Yes.
Different YouTube channels. Please check both of those out. It's jamming like a motherfucker. So, Viper, I don't want to hold you too long, brother. I appreciate you doing this interview.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, for real. You're welcome, and thank you for having me, for real.
Yes, sir. Well, I just wanted to reach out and just touch base with the legend, brother. And so, like I said, I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. And I want to wish you a Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year. And one last question before we go. What can the fans look forward to from RapperViper in the year 2022?
2022 is going to be insane. I'm coming with all melodic R&B hip-hop album. That's going to be pushed out through my boy Kettle Water on RapperViper. I'm working on some sick videos, all new. Ain't going to be no green screen stuff. This is going to be all action. Hopefully the company Free Movers will be on the stock market at that point, and I'll be able to service the community with a free or discounted move with a real estate transaction. And then finally, I'm looking to link up with the other artists, man. So any artists out there that are willing to do some work with me, please hit me up at Lee Carter 1010 at gmail.com and hit me or shoot me an email. And I want to work with people. That's the key, man. I've lucked up. I've been fortunate. I don't like to use the word blessed because that implies favor. I've been fortunate because I'm not better than anybody else. Actually, I think everybody's better than me. But I've been fortunate to be able to get a hold of a little change where I can have some time to be able to do stuff with people. So any artists out there, y'all get at me, man, and let's do some things. You can hit me up there. You can also text me on my cell phone, 281-690-9705. And I just want to send a shout out to everybody, man. Y'all, everybody out there, except me. Y'all stay blessed and highly favored.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Michael, man. like I said, man, you a legend to me, dog. I know you a legend here on Clark. So you got it here first on the Gito podcast, man. We gonna check it out. This ain't gonna be the last one. We gonna have to check in with Viper next year.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, dog. All right, Viper, keep hustling out there, dog. Keep hustling thick, like I know you is. So
you too. All right, y'all stay up. One.